Training for cross-country skiing, and particularly for marathon skiing, is pretty simple. You need 4 elements. Endurance, of course. Strength is very important. Double poling, remember that. And speed, of course, and technique. If you know all of these, I'm pretty sure you're gonna ski very fast. And today, we're gonna take a closer look at all of these elements. Well, when we talk about cross-country skiing or Nordic skiing, it is an endurance sport. So you need to go long and slow. Yeah, so that's basically what this sport is about. You do have to do a lot of long hours. Make sure that you have the endurance and stamina and the capacity to go long distances. Because the races are long, they're over 50K, most of them. So that's the most important thing. Keep it really slow in the beginning and then increase the speed once you get more skiing behind you. But that's basically what it is. Endurance, you need a lot of endurance, a lot of hours on the ski tracks or on the road. There's no way around it. And of course, strength training is really important in today's skiing. Well, there's several ways of doing it, of course. You can go to a gym and do a lot of exercises over there, which you should do. But what I do quite a lot is what I call a natural strength training, which is skiing and double poling in steep hills. When you do that, you have to remember to focus on your technique. Because you shouldn't really go like we used to way back, go back like this or bend your knees. You have to keep your body in a position like this. Focus on the arms and you double pole up. This is a pretty steep hill as you can see right now. And you don't have to go fast. You can go really slow as well when you do the strength training. It's different when you do speed training. You focus on using your upper body kind of like you're in a gym and you're doing a workout over there. You can go kind of slow like I'm doing right now, focusing on good technique, focusing on using my upper body, making sure that technique-wise I'm doing everything correctly. And of course, when you do this over and over in a 3-4 hour training, I guarantee you your upper body and your arms will be pretty numb. It's a tough training. Technique training is, of course, one of the most important things for all skiers. No matter if you're elite skier or recreational skier, you need to focus on your technique. Particularly now when the double poling is the kind of the topic of the day. Speaking of that, it's important to do it well. And of course it has changed. The technique itself has really changed over the years. What I did myself, I changed my technique completely last winter. I actually spread my arms quite like this instead of going like I used to, which was kind of like that. And now what I'm doing is kind of a rolling movement with my arms. So I'm rolling like this. To be honest, this is kind of copied from, Peter Nordhug. He kind of does that all the time. You bend a little bit your knees, of course. You're not going to be as stiff like this. And then you do the rolling movement. And you go fast like this. Of course, you have to test it yourself. You have to find the best technique for yourself because it is evolving. We don't really know what's the best technique. Like Jürgen Brink said, we're still taking baby steps. We could talk about the intensity or speed training for hours, but I'm not going to go there right now, of course, because we all have our own different methods of keeping in fit or raising up the VO to max levels. What I do quite a lot, because I'm a long distance skier and I'm aiming at the 24 and I do Vasaloppet and things like that, I do long distance workouts and towards the end I increase my speed. And I go much faster, and maybe the last 10 minutes I go really fast. Or I can do quite a lot of really fast sprints because we do so much of a long distance, kind of a slow-paced trainings. So to counterbalance that, you need some really tough sprints to get your nervous system going and get your technique in place as well. But I don't really do that much of a longer sprints, like the elite skiers do. Of course they do, because they need to do that. They do 10 and 15K races. They need the 3-kilometer sprints. What I do though, is that when I do long distances or roller ski workouts, I tend to go maybe like 60K or 70K, and every 5th or every 10th K I go really fast. Something like that. Or as I said earlier, I can go kind of a increased speed. I start kind of slow and I go faster. My second hour is faster than the first one, and then the third hour, fourth hour might be the fastest ones. Something like that. But you kind of have to find your own way of doing it. And of course it is important. But for the leisure skiers, recreational skiers, I wouldn't really recommend that. Just enjoy skiing, and whenever you get in a good shape, slowly your speed starts increasing, and then when that happens, just enjoy it and go fast whenever you want to, and do what they call the interval training. Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you go a bit slower, and just enjoy it. That's the key thing. So I think these 4 elements are the most important ones that we need for skiing, and of course even more important than any of these is you should have fun. You should enjoy this. This is lifestyle.